where that was gonna go, and you know. Can pull me from the dark. Hi everyone, today I'm here to talk to you about Jersey Shore Family Vacation. So the season is over and we got a little teaser for next season with Sammi Sweetheart. But before I get into that, I just want to quickly recap everything and share my thoughts. This season was very Angelina led and I liked it. She had her divorce party, we met her new man, she got engaged at the end of the season, and I mean, let's be real, Angelina is very entertaining. She's uncouth, she's very rough around the edges. I originally thought in the beginning that we were going to see an Angelina and Vinny hookup of some sort, and we got really close to it. They went to North Carolina and she gave him a lap dance. Not the best kind of lap dance, but a lap dance, and she was very drunk, but very much trying to seduce Vinny, and he was slightly into it too, but she was just too rough, I think, and he says it in one of his interviews. He's like, you know, Angelina's beautiful, you know, maybe if she could like kind of tone it down or like just kind of get it together a little bit better, I would be interested. He's like, you know, never say never kind of a thing, but she wasn't able to really, like, I think she's always had a crush on him, and unfortunately they just weren't able to pull it off. She went to some of the, you know, people in the group kind of asking, I specifically remember her asking Gigi Paula D, like, what can I do to have Vinny take me seriously? And he's just like, I don't know, I'm not too sure. It was kind of sad. But again, like, she had Vinny 2.0 at her home, taking care of her animals, like, while this was all happening. So it was kind of weird when he showed up towards the end of the season when they were in New Orleans for her divorce party, and everyone, like, all of the cast, they were like, where did this guy come from? Because, like, a month ago, we were in North Carolina, and she was hitting on Vinny, like, trying to hook up with him. So it was confusing, but Vinny 2.0 is, like, very nice. He's educated. He's a very Jersey guy, like, the way he talks and everything, and he's, like, doing the exercise bands and stuff. But he's, like, a cop, and he has an accounting degree, and he was impressing all of the roommates, including Vinny. And he was just, like, such a nice guy, and he, like, seems like he brings out the best in Angelina. Like, she's a little bit more reserved, she's a little bit more well-behaved with him around. They did go out to party with the meatballs, and she did get a little crazy with one of the vendors on the street, and, you know, he had to literally, like, pick her up and walk her back to the van. So at least he sees all sides of her, and he still loves her, and he's still, like, very supportive. But yeah, so he goes and he has production help him, and he proposes to her at a restaurant, and everyone at the table is, like, freaking out. It was hilarious because DJ Pauly D is just, like, looking around, like, yelling to the rest of the restaurant. He's like, we just met him yesterday. It was so funny. Everyone's face, like, they're all shocked. They're like, is this literally really happening right now? And it was really cute. He's like, you can tell he really loves her. But Angelina gets upset because for whatever reason she thinks that Jenny and her man, what's his name? Zach, that they're, like, not happy for her and, like, kind of talking shit about her. And the questions that they were asking it was kind of weird because she was just like, so when are you gonna get off birth control, and when are you gonna have a baby, and how long have you had the ring? And I mean, Jenny has that, like, snooty, like, kind of personality that doesn't come off the best. And Angelina is, you know, she can get a little cuckoo sometimes, and she just read into it, like, way too far, and that's all that she was able to focus on for the rest of the night. She, like, goes off while Polly's DJing, she and the situation go outside and they have a conversation, and for whatever reason she decides to vent to him about why she's so upset with Jenny, and it's like, okay, do you not learn your lesson? This situation has the biggest mouth ever. You tell him don't say anything, he's gonna say something. And of course, like, that's what he does. The next morning they're all getting ready to leave New Orleans, and he pulls Jenny over and tells her, like, you know, Angelina wants to smoke, basically. And then instead of her going off the way she usually goes off, she starts crying and, oh, that's not what I meant. I was happy for her, but we're just shocked. And so, you know, the girls end up having a conversation, and Dina and Snooki are mad at Angelina too. They're both like, you know, this is, like, giving us flashbacks of the wedding, like, a few years ago. Like, if you're upset, if anything was bothering you, we all agreed that you're gonna come to us. Like, we were going to go to each other first and say, hey girl, like, this is how I feel. Is it true? Like, what's going on here? And I agree with them. Like, that was stupid on Angelina's part to say one single word to the situation, because he a little bitch. Like, you know, I'm very proud of him for overcoming his addiction and getting his life together, and because that's very hard in and of itself and does take a lot of work. But of course, he just has to have that little tinge of the old situation, and he likes to stir that pot. He likes to be involved. He likes to like plant things and just like watch everything explode, and that's very much what he did. And you know, it ends up being where like Angelina's apologizing to Jenny because Jenny's crying, because I think Jenny's trying to take a different approach than what she's done before, because people have come for her on the internet for being like a bully and all this stuff, and so she's crying to like make herself the victim instead of like the bully. And so it kind of leaves off that they leave New Orleans and everyone's just like not in the best place. And then they tease Sammi Sweetheart on the next season. And you see Angelina like bringing her over to someone's house, and they all like, their jaws drop and their eyes like bug out. And they're like, what the hell? Like, I think none of them thought that she would ever come back. As a fan, I never thought that she would ever come back. When I did see that they were teasing her, I was like, oh, so maybe because Ronnie hasn't been on for a long time, she feels comfortable enough to come back. But I did see that Ronnie and her are filming together too, so like that's wild. Like, I mean, it's been a long time since they've broken up and a lot of shit went down with them, so maybe they've just been able to, you know, I think it's been like 10 plus years or something like that, so time heals all wounds, and it is shocking though that she's back. So I mean, I will say I've been a Jersey Shore fan from day one, 2008, 2009, when that show came out, and you had these like crazy Guidos like, partying, and then the way they danced, and then Snooki got socked in the face by that guy. Like, I was just like, what is this shit? Like, I've been such a big fan. I mean, to the point where, like, in one Christmas, I got, like, all the DVD sets for Christmas presents, like, for my family. So, I'm a huge Jersey Shore stan. Like, I've always found it entertaining. I think I commend them for still being on TV now, and even though a lot of them are parents, and obviously they're older and whatnot, they're still very entertaining. They're still funny. The editing on that show, I have to give huge props, because they do such a great job. They break the fourth wall a lot, and I enjoy that. Because Bravo does very little of that, I really enjoy it with Jersey Shore. I like the when like situation like looks at the camera and like makes eye contact, or like the way they rewind things, or like do the flashbacks, or like their sound effects and stuff. It's just it's super good. So that plays a big part as to why the show is like so entertaining. And yeah, I'm excited for next season. Like, that's a good cliffhanger, and they definitely know what they're doing. The guys are so entertaining. The situation can really get on my nerves. I wouldn't miss like that season that Snooki wasn't there. Like, I didn't miss her. Snooki, like, all she does is just drink, and like she's a drunk meatball, you know? So, but I guess like the whole part is like all of them together, and that's what makes the magic. So, but yeah, I don't know. I like Angelina. I wish she wasn't so crazy. I wish she can kind of present herself a little bit better. Hopefully her new man, fiance, can kind of shape her into like she has a lot of potential, and she is very beautiful. And I think that's why the girls like have a hard time with her, because she's likable and she's popular. Like, a lot of fans have her back, and they definitely like Angelina more than, you know, the other girls. So I think jealousy is a little bit of that. And hopefully, I mean, as far as I know, the girls are on the outs. Like, they're not on good terms with Angelina, and I don't know how bringing Sam in on that, how that's gonna be. In the trailer, you see Sam like kind of going off on somebody, and it looks like it's JWoww, so I don't know. It's gonna be good. I'm Jersey Shore girl all the way. So thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you being here. Hopefully you can check out my channel and some of the other videos that I have, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Bye! Can pull me from the dark.